Hi, thanks everybody for joining me again for day number 21 of Christy's 30 Days of Sketches. We are in the home stretch. So today is a page map sketch, and the first time I saw it, I knew I had to scrap another picture of my new grandson. I'm using the same paper pad I used yesterday, and in that paper pad there was this like a quilt with all the different squares, and so it was perfect to mimic that square on the right hand side of this sketch. And instead of going and putting photos, I just used the paper by itself, and I'm just using the one photo of Carter, and that's it. So I cut off 2 rows of the blocks, and then I cut off 2 at the bottom, so now I have the 8 squares just like what was in the sketch. And now I'm taking this gingham paper and I'm just cutting it down, and that is going to be the piece that's going to go and peek out underneath my picture. Now I'm using a bigger picture than what was in the sketch, so you won't see as much of that gingham on mine as you do in the sketch. And actually it's going to end up kind of coming off the page, so it looks like it's staggered. Now I am going to map my photo on white cardstock, and then I am going to pop it up on that yellow foam. And then for the ribbon that they had going across the squares, I'm using these little pom-pom balls that I thought were absolutely cute. The blue matches that of the gingham, so I want to go ahead and go with that. And I'm just going to use some score tape to hold it down since it's a little bit stronger, and I'm going to wrap it around. Now where the picture was and a little bit for underneath, I just cut 2 of the pom-pom balls off at the end just so I had enough of it to wrap around, and it wouldn't have that dimension to interfere with the photo or putting it underneath the square mat. So now that I'm happy with everything, I'm going to go ahead and start gluing them all down. And I'm going to glue the picture onto it. And like I said, I'm just going to have it so it kind of overlaps the squares, but then hangs off the other side. And then I'm gluing it down to the paper. Now, they have a tag hanging off their twine on the right hand side, so I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm just using a little gingham that says Bundle of Joy, and I'm going to hang it with some blue twine off of the pom-pom balls that are on there. And then I'm also going to pop that up on some of that yellow foam tape just to give it a little dimension. And since you have something that's busy on top of busy, it kind of sets it up a little bit so that it doesn't blend in too much. Now the paper pad came with a sticker sheet, so I'm just going to grab that little bunny and a floral that I'm going to put up in that upper square to mimic the decorations they had in the sketch, and a little bird. Then down on my tag, I'm going to put another butterfly, a bow, and a little bear that was from Chamel puffy stickers. And then I grabbed my the gold thickers that I was using yesterday that had the phrases on them, and they're a very thin font, and I'm just going to take the word love and I'm going to put that up on the picture. Now you can see that the L is kind of hanging off the photo, and because it has the foam underneath, I'm actually going to go, when I'm done doing my faux stitching around the outside, I am going to throw the other half of the tag from yesterday's layout behind it, just so that that L for the word love has something to fall on. And then I'm going to just throw a little teddy bear and a butterfly and twine on that tag, just to kind of make my 3 clusters as well. So as I said, I'm just putting a little bit of a faux stitching kind of to bring it all in, and it kind of mimics the stitching that's on the paper that I used that had the blocks. And it's a very, very simple layout. This is it. Off camera, I'll do a little journaling about how we feel about having Carter in the family now, and give a little information. This was still a picture of him in the hospital, so we'll talk about that, and maybe even how I missed being able to go up in the hospital and smooch on him like I was able to do with his brothers because of how it was with the COVID. The only person that was able to go into the hospital was his dad, and so it was unlike years in the past where I was able to get pictures of the family with mom in bed and grandparents meeting them and stuff like that, we're missing out on those. But you know what? Worse things could happen, so we're blessed. So I just want to thank you all for watching again. Check out the links down below for everyone else who is playing along today, and we will see you tomorrow for number 22. Bye-bye.